Jacob, you were a big part of this lineup last year, hitting in that forward spot, along with Brandon and Kean being that power group. How can you see yourself kind of continuing that and taking a step up this year?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for not only myself, but for everybody on the team is just trusting the people around you and the people in front of you and behind you, and knowing that, I mean, if you don't get the job done, the person after you is going to get the job done. So just trying to take that pressure off of everybody in the lineup shoulder, 1 through 9. And so I think that's going to be the biggest thing for our lineup, of kind of where we're going to be able to see the most power, is with that pressure off our shoulders, knowing that we have cushion all around us.
What kind of role do you think you've grown into this year, or hoping to?
Well, yeah, obviously being an older guy. Luckily, we do have an older team, but someone that's been around the program for a long time, of understanding how the coaching staff works and how we play the game here specifically. I think that's a big role that I've been stepping into, and hopefully take even bigger strides into, of just hoping the younger guys and the newer guys learn the way that we play the game here. And so that, and then just trying to be a consistent person every single day, inside the game, outside the game, just trying to be that example of not letting the little things affect you, and just trying to be the same guy every day.
What parts of your game did you see personally grow over the course of summer ball and fall and winter?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say everything. After the season ended last year, was just going back into the workshop of what little things do I need to adjust in my swing or my approach and stuff like that, and what things I can help improve with my defense, with my agility, my speed, everything, and that. And so, I mean, the past 6 months or so I've been working on all that, so I wouldn't say there's anything specific that I've been trying to fix or work on, but it's just my game as a whole.
Even with all the different changes in the offseason between coaching staff and new players coming in, Elliot was talking about how bought this team is, the same mentality of going after the fastball early. How bought in do you feel this team is compared to ones in the past?
Yeah, I mean, obviously in the past, like, we've had some great players, and I've had some great relationships with pretty much everybody on the past 3 teams I've been on. But yeah, I'd say 1 through 9, especially in the lineup, of not only having older guys but younger guys, but we're all really close, and we all understand the job that has to be done this year, and so we're all on the same page. And so I think that helps us. Like, it's something that we don't really even have to talk about. It's just going up there knowing that there's a specific job that has to get done, and we all, our one goal is to basically get that job done.
Isaiah's kind of grown into what he said, a vocal leader this year, comparatively to what Ryan Campos was, a little more reserved. What kind of leader do you think you want to build into this year?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of both. I wouldn't say like I'm the most vocal, loudest guy out there. Like, obviously, like, Isaiah is really, his personality is really big, and we all love it. And but just trying to not only be an example like Ryan was last year, of doing all the little things right, but also when the time needs for someone to step up and be loud and maybe make sure people know that what we're doing is either wrong or right. Be that type of guy, just because, like I said, I'm one of the only guys that have been here all 4 years, especially with Coach Bloomquist, and I know I have a lot of trust in him, and I know he also has that same amount of trust in me, obviously allowing me to be here for all 4 years. And so I think me and him have had some of those conversations of, like, sometimes there does have to be somebody that has to have those hard conversations, and I mean, I'm hoping I can be the guy that steps into that role.
Being here all 4 years, a lot of the guys have expressed that they feel this is the most confident they've been with the roster in the Willie Bloomquist era. Do you share that same sentiment?
Yeah, of course. I mean, obviously going into every year, I'm super confident, but the group of guys that we have this year, I mean, not only is it just a huge source of love with everybody, but I mean, the talent is off the charts from, I mean, 1 to 40 pretty much. So, I mean, it's pretty amazing to see not only the bats that we have in the lineup, but the arms that we have. And so it's been a really cool thing to watch the last 6 months, I will say, for sure.
After leading the team in home runs last year and then not hearing your name called in the draft, what does that kind of do for you heading into this season?
Yeah, it's tough, but obviously it's a huge thing of motivation. But at the same time, it's something that I can't dwell on. The past is the past for me, and it's something that I'm going to be able to use as a chip on my shoulder, but also use as an opportunity to make a better name for myself and kind of put myself in a better spot than I could have been in last year. And so just using that to grow and continuing to get better in myself, and also have an experience that I haven't been able to have in the last 4 years of postseason baseball, and maybe hopefully leading this place back to somewhere it's never been or hasn't been in a long time. That's for sure.
Pitching staff's talent grew a lot over the course of the offseason. You being here all 4 years and facing all 4 pitching staffs that's been under Bloomquist and fall ball, how are they able to kind of keep you guys on your toes throughout fall and winter?
Yeah, I mean, the pitching staff, all the coaches around it, they've been phenomenal this whole fall and early spring. Hitting was definitely a much harder task than it has been in years before, and so I think it gave us a really good challenge and will prepare us for what we're going to be facing in the new conference and the newer and bigger arms that we're going to be facing this year.
If there's one guy on that staff,
What are some of the things Coach Allison's done to kind of maybe help you, like maybe things you're looking to improve in your swing?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it for sure is just like little small things. Obviously, last year I had a lot of success, and so there isn't much that I'm trying to change on like a big point of view, but a lot of big things are just like mindset, and then also just little like mechanical things that I'm just trying to clean up a little bit. And I mean, otherwise it's just being able to have him of being as experienced as he is, just being able to talk through certain situations and things that you may go through every day in the game. And he's just a great kind of person to talk to, and someone that can listen to your problems and understand where you're coming from, and help you figure out and get to the bottom of those.
if there's one guy on the staff that you go out there you don't want to see on that mound, who is and why?
Probably either Lucas Kelly or Will Koger. I mean, both of them are just huge power arms, and so I mean, like I said, top to bottom, our staff is unbelievable, but those two have some real talent in their arms, and so it's always uncomfortable at bat when you're going up and facing guys that are throwing high 90s, and with Lucas throwing high 90s from an uncomfortable arm slot too, it's pretty tough at bat.